A hospital called my dad saying I'd just been admitted for an overdose. While I was standing beside him watching TV, we were on the couch watching the Packers game when Dad's phone rang. He glanced at the screen, didn't recognize the number, but answered anyway. Within 2 seconds, his face went completely white. He stood up so fast he knocked over his beer. What hospital? What room? I'm on my way right now. I sat up. Dad, what's going on? He looked at me, then back at his phone, completely confused. They said you overdosed, that you're in the ER at County General right now. I was literally standing right there in my Packers jersey holding a bag of chips. I said, Dad, I'm fine. I'm right here. Look at me. He put the phone back to his ear. There's been a mistake. My son's standing right in front of me. He listened for another second, then hung up. We looked at each other. He said, probably some scam. They're getting creative these days. I agreed, and we sat back down, but something felt off about it. 10 minutes later, my phone started ringing. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. A woman's voice said, is this Jordan Mitchell? I said, yes. She said, this is County General Hospital. We have you listed as the emergency contact for Melissa Chen. She's been admitted for an overdose. She's stable but asking for you. My heart dropped into my stomach. Melissa was my girlfriend of 2 years. I told Dad I had to go and grabbed my keys. He asked if I wanted him to come. I said no. Told him I'd call him when I knew more. The whole drive there, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. Melissa didn't do drugs. She barely even drank. This didn't make any sense. I ran into the ER and told them I was there for Melissa Chen. The nurse checked her computer and brought me back through the double doors. She pulled back a curtain and I froze. The person in the bed wasn't Melissa. It was her roommate, Ashley. She was hooked up to IVs. Her skin was gray and she could barely keep her eyes open. I looked at the nurse. This isn't Melissa. Where's Melissa Chen? She looked confused and checked her notes again. The patient told us her name was Melissa Chen. She had your phone number saved in her phone as emergency contact. My mind was racing. Why would Ashley pretend to be Melissa? Ashley's eyes opened slightly. She looked at me and whispered, I'm sorry. She told me to. I moved closer to the bed. Who told you to? She started crying weakly. Melissa. She said if I used her name, you'd come. She said her parents would kill her if they found out. I still wasn't understanding. Found out what? Where is she? Ashley took a shaky breath. The cabin. She's at the cabin with him. She said if anything happened to me tonight, you'd know where to look. My blood turned to ice. I knew exactly what cabin she meant. Melissa's family had a cabin 2 hours north that we'd been to a few times, and I knew exactly who him was. Derek, her ex-boyfriend. The one she swore she'd cut off 6 months ago after he got arrested for dealing. The same guy who'd shown up drunk at our apartment 3 times, begging her to take him back. She promised me it was over. I asked Ashley, what happened to you? She whispered, we were all at the cabin. Derek brought pills. Melissa said no, but I took some. I don't remember anything after that. I woke up in the car. Melissa was driving. She was crying. She said she had to get me to the hospital, but couldn't use her real name. Her dad's a pastor. This would destroy him. Then it clicked. The call to my dad first. They'd called him using my name to make sure he'd think I was at the hospital. That way, when I left in a rush, he wouldn't question where I was actually going. It gave Melissa an alibi and made sure someone would get Ashley help without exposing her. I asked the nurse to call the police. I gave them the address of the cabin and told them everything I knew about Derek. They said they'd send someone immediately. I stayed with Ashley until her actual parents arrived 2 hours later. The police found Melissa at the cabin around midnight. Derek was arrested on multiple charges. Melissa was fine physically, but she wouldn't talk to me. We broke up 3 days later. Ashley's in rehab now. She texts me sometimes to say thank you. I never responded to Melissa again.